you'll have to go back through, but he kind of put, oh.
What?
I can't see now. Don't know what happened there.
Are you pressing buttons, Steve?
Can't see now.
Oh.
Can't see anything.
Oh. It just keeps flashing back up.
Da, 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 da.
Can you see me?
No, I've just got like a black screen, but I don't know why.
That's weird.
I know. Oh, now my camera's gone. Right.
All I done was it hadn't started recording to like post it. Oh, here's Georgia. Can you see us now or not?
Yeah.
Oh,
It just went like off and then just
I'll say hello.
sort of flashed up a bit. But
Georgia's
yeah.
just turned up here.
Hi, Georgia.
Hi.
Hi, Georgia's hand.
She's just been in the shower and drying her hair.
All right.
Yeah, so you were saying, sorry.
Yeah, so I got back in touch with them and so I've got an appointment, I think it's the 23rd of this month.
Yeah.
Because I kind of haven't really dealt with it. I'm just sort of, don't know if it's like autopilot or if it's, I don't know how you explain it really. It's like it hasn't happened. I know it's happened, but I can't think about it. I can talk about it, but not think about it, which is so weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went through a similar thing with my parents, so I know exactly how you feel. So.
Your mum and dad were maybe six months apart.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, my brother like 2 years just before that. So. So I know what it's like.
Well, it was my auntie in the August and my dad in the October, my mum in the November. So it was like 5 weeks between my mum and dad.
Aye.
And then my friend this in January.
I seen that to her. Was that COVID or not? Or?
Yeah, she had heart problems. So it affected those, and then obviously it's put down as COVID, but it was because of the heart problems really. Right. But I think it was with my mum and dad, it's just the whole build up to it. Like there was a lot of stuff like, you know, and what happened with the hospital not being able to be there and all those things, you know what I mean? And that's what I mean. I can talk about it, but if I sit there and think about it, I'm just no good. And then sometimes something will trigger us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jennifer Rush came on the radio and my dad loved that song, so that triggered us. And when I was wrapping stuff up for Christmas, I had a box that I used to buy stuff all through the year and just put bits in, and I'd get my dad some t-shirts and they were in the box, and I was like, you know what I mean? So
you're gonna have moments like that.
Forever. It's not, it doesn't go away.
I've still got loads of stuff in the shed from my mum and dad that I haven't got through yet, and that was like nearly 8 years ago, and I still haven't. There's still stuff there I don't want to throw away, which probably rubbish stuff, little trinkets and things like that. You know, still find it hard.
But when it means something to you, it's something you might want to keep.
Yeah, well, my sister's very much like, she, in order to cope, she does. So like she needs something to do. So she was dealing with all the sort of sorting their house out and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that's how she copes, you know, and stuff like that. But the stuff I'm getting back, like obviously with my mum and dad, it's just in the cupboard. I can't look at them yet. Like
This is going to take your time. Yeah.
You will when you're ready.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's nice to see you still doing your YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
You've got quite a following now.
Yeah, it's built up quite a bit. Like, it's madness really, because when I first did it, I was terrified.
I told you you'd be all right.
I know, but like, it's that thing that, you know, that fear of
putting yourself out there.
Yeah, and also I'd always, you know, I've never took a photograph of me. You know, I used to avoid the camera in every which way, and it was kind of like one of me 50 things before I was 50 kind of thing to do. and everyone was encouraging us. And I thought, right, well, what I'll do it. I'll put a video out. I'll leave it there for like 24 hours, delete it, and then at least I've still done the challenge. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. But I didn't think I'd like it, and obviously people commented. And at first, like, I just remember doing the first video, and my eyes were like all over because I couldn't look at the screen. I was kind of just all over, like, and it obviously I got used to it, and then I love it. Like,
it's addictive, isn't it?
Very, and I do a lot of like quizzes and like games and stuff. I'm doing like Banishment at the minute, which you still have to do. You still have to come on, and it's basically, you know, Room 101.
Yeah.
It's basically like a version of that, but like my way a little bit, and it's like loads of fun. It's been getting quite a bit of traction, like that I didn't think it would get, but you know, seeing what other people don't like and stuff like that, and then you're kind of like, you don't like that, how can you not like that? or like, you know, it goes from things like, I think in the latest one I did, Lex, who's Bad Biscuit, she's lovely, she tried to put Chinese in and proper gravy, and I'm like, Chinese? How can you put Chinese in like banish it for everything? She'd rather have pesto than proper gravy made with like meat juice.
No, I've never done that before.
No, that's madness.
I don't think I've done that.
No.
I think I would be banishing that one. It's like people think I'm strange because if I have chips and curry, I love it covered in salt and vinegar, and they just don't get why I like the vinegar on it.
See, I'm not a fan of vinegar in sense, like if I buy chips from the chip shop, for instance, I just put salt on and put vinegar on.
I do for Steve and Georgia, but I asked them to put loads of vinegar on for me.
A lot of people do.
It's like swimming in it, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people like that. Or a lot of people like a lot of pepper, I've noticed.
Oh, no.
Like you look at that, you know, it's just loads and loads of pepper on.
That's Costa. It's going to say hello.
Yeah, it's got his arse on me.
So what you been doing with yourself then?
Just keeping busy with YouTube. I'm doing the positivity plan thing. Obviously, I just recently had COVID, which was for the second time.
Yeah.
Did you?
Not. Yeah.
Oh,
it's been poorly this time, haven't you?
It wasn't so much like the chest side of it, because I was worse the first time, like with the chest and the cough and all that. But this time I ended up with like an upset stomach, diarrhea, I suppose is the best way. And I couldn't keep anything in, so I tried about 4 times to eat within a week and nothing stayed put. So I was absolutely starving, and ended up getting Imodium off the pharmacy, and it worked. Like, which I was so surprised. And then I'm sitting there going, I wonder how that works so easily. Like, you know what I mean? You think
Imodium, it'll turn into concrete.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, am I going to have the opposite problem now? Do you know what I mean?
I did, like with codeine.
I had codeine. Yeah, I know that's bad for that.
Yeah, it's really bad. How you go from one extreme to the other.
But I have IBS anyway, so it's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Didn't your tongue go a bit funny?
Yeah, I had the oral thrush, I suppose, but I don't know. It must have just been like a secondary thing. So the doctor gave us nightstand, and you just drip on onto your mouth, and it's amazing stuff that, because the next day it was much better. Like,
because people say you get something called COVID tongue, but I didn't really know what it was.
Well, I didn't get that the first time. I didn't get the upset stomach side the first time, but the cough and the whole sinus sort of thing was a lot worse the first time. So and I did lose a lot of my sense of smell, but not completely. When my daughter, who didn't have none of the sinus thing, but she completely lost her sense of smell and taste.
So how did you get it? Did your daughter get it then pass it to you, or you don't really go anywhere?
The first time I don't know, because the first time I had it was like March last year, so it was kind of like was the back end of March, so it was kind of like the early stages, so I'm not really sure. But this time, I think it came from one of the carers, which, like, unfortunately is one of them things that she caught it. Because the reason being is that she was in my house on the Thursday and she tested positive on the Friday. And then I got symptoms started on the Saturday, and she'd been around been with other carers and around where the houses and whatever, and it's like it's gone through everyone type of thing. But it's one of them things. You see, they haven't been vaccinated yet, because I think that they'll be top of the list somewhere.
I think second top, because I've just had my first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Steve tests every week now. They've got tests. Because I mean, obviously, if you're going in someone's home and that, sorry, it's a cat's bottom here.
Just the tail.
So yeah, I'm happier because he tests every single week, so we know that he's okay and he's had his first vaccine and stuff. So
I feel like I've been punched in the arm.
Yeah, I've heard other people say they're getting like a bit of a dead arm type of thing, and feel really tired and stuff like that with it. But
you were tired last night, didn't you?
Yeah, for a couple of days and then it goes off. That's what I was.
Yeah, well, my mate at work, he had his 2 weeks ago and he still feels the effects of it. Like his sore arm and all that sort of thing. But he had he's got a bad shoulder injury anyway, and they stuck the needle in where the injury was. So that hasn't helped him.
So hopefully your carers will have theirs soon.
Yeah, well, and also since it's been around everyone, half of mine are off. Hopefully that's the end of it around here. But it's supposed to be going down like the rate. So hopefully that keeps happening. So
apparently Gateshead went up.
Did it?
Yeah.
It's
been
strange,
so weird, isn't it? Yeah, because you think, when will there be an end? Is it going to end up being like a flu thing where you need a vaccine every year?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Well, the scientists were saying that we'll never get rid of it. It'll always be there. So like you say, might need the vaccine every year.
Bit like the flu. Some people, get it every single year now. It might be something like that, but not for everybody. But you just don't know, do you?
I think it's just the rate at how easily it's caught, like how easy it is to catch. Caught. I think I was like the Ghostbuster with the machine catching. But you know what I mean. You're still working through it as well, aren't you, Denise?
Yeah.
Both of it?
Yeah, both are actually. Yeah.
I was off the first time for about 7 weeks. But then the last 2, we've sort of been able to go in but not have customers in. It's just like the office is open type of thing. If somebody was like desperate, like a click and collect sort of thing, and we can sort of still deal with like existing customers because we can't leave them without like our facilities and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I'm doing sort of either 3 days a week or 4 days a week, so which is quite nice. And that I don't mind that. I could get quite used to it, but you've just been doing your normal
all the way through. Yeah, not having any time off, like apart from normal holidays or whatever. That's it.
And Georgia's been off now since Christmas Eve, and that for her. And they don't know whether they'll be back. Maybe end of April, beginning of May. And that, so it's. I mean, the house is nice and tidy. She keeps herself busy by tidying the house and the washing's done and stuff like that.
She actually came out and said she enjoys hoovering. What person enjoys hoovering?
She's shouting to a certain extent.
Laura's got her own place now, our girlfriend, and she was messages and she was getting, I'm so excited. I was like, why? My Hoover's coming. I was getting like, get to that age, so that you're excited by your new Hoover.
I know. So. Steve was saying, oh, I'm going to get one of those Hoovers, that just goes around the floor on its own.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the robot thing.
And she's like, no, because I like hoovering. I mean, we've only got carpet on the stairs and on the landing, so
yeah,
would be a bit of a waste of time, but no.
Well, it's still laminate, still gets dusty.
Aye, true. That's true. But I seen your dinner that you had before. It looked lovely.
Oh, I've been dreaming of that because obviously I've not been able to eat, and then my friend, she got one and shared a dinner, and I was so jealous. It wasn't from the same place. She doesn't even live here, so I was so jealous when I seen it, and I thought as soon as I feel okay, because I'd started to try and control my diet again, like at the beginning of the year, and my son's doing it with us.
Good.
He lost 1 stone 5 in January with it. So I'm like, I have to, even though I can't get weighed. And then obviously the week out the food, I was like, I've lost just half my body weight in this week, you know, really like I should have, just for that reason.
Yeah.
So obviously we had the dinner, and I've had a cream egg, because the last 2 days before this I've kind of just had rice and chicken and
like plain
egg, and sort of very plain, you know what I mean, like just to make sure I was okay.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you enjoyed it.
Oh, I did. It was the best thing ever. It was
That's
lovely. Just from down in Marina.
Where did you get from, like a restaurant that like deliver?
Yeah, Marina Vista, which is like just down Roca, just on the down there. It's actually an Italian restaurant, but they're doing dinners and takeouts over the weekends and stuff, because obviously nowhere's open. So.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to feel for them, and they've got to make money somehow, haven't they?
They do, definitely.
But no, I've heard of a lot of people who've been getting like dinners from loads of different places, like and the pictures of them, and it's like, so today I thought, right, okay, I'm making a Sunday dinner.
Gammon, they were gammon.
Well, it's not. I don't know if gammon's like what you would have on a Sunday dinner, but it's what I took out of the freezer. So I've got Yorkshires, roast potatoes, mashed broccoli, and some leeks, and that because these aren't keen on carrots and stuff. So
that's why I'm not keen. I'm just sick of them.
I'm not. Do you know what? I like raw carrot, but I don't really like it cooked.
Oh, I love raw carrots.
I do. I love raw carrots, but cooked wise, I'm not that keen.
Raw carrots, raw chips. Love it.
He could eat it like
raw
a potato.
Oh, I love the taste of raw potato.
If I'm making chips, he'll come along and pinch them and eat them.
I used to eat raw turnip. Yeah, ask my mum, like when she was singing, and I used to have some out of the pan. Raw turnip's quite nice, but not raw chips. You're on your own there, Steve.
You don't know what you're missing.
Like that in your bin, Lainie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a strange one.
It's nice to see. I haven't spoken to you for ages, not properly anyway.
I know. Like it. I don't know how long it's been.
It's been a while. I know I've messaged you and that, but I've watched a couple of YouTube things, but I'm a silent watcher.
Yeah.
to see what's going on. God, one of them I was killing myself laughing at, and you couldn't even do it because you were laughing so hard. The one with the kazoo.
Oh, the kazoo, yeah.
She had to play a tune, and people had to guess what the tune was, but because she was laughing so much. I'm
really bad though. Like if I hear the song, I can follow the tune, but if I don't hear the song, the tune doesn't sound anything like the way it went to. So honestly, some of the things that were coming up with, it was really funny.
And people were like trying to guess, and the more they were guessing, the more she was laughing and trying to do it again. It was just so funny.
Have you seen the drawing ones as well? Some of the drawing ones.
No.
Oh, I did drawing ones. We did this game where you had to draw, and then people had to guess what the film was that you drew. And honestly, I did Lord of the Rings, and it looked more like it I don't know. It looked nothing like well, one person said it was it, but I was trying to point an arrow to the ring and show it was a ring on the finger of the little goblin thing. But he looks like, someone said he looked like
was it E.T.?
Danny DeVito. I know, honestly, it was so funny. And then I did, and then when I did the channel hop thing, which was amazing, and like raised, I think it was over £6,000 for dementia, which was mental. I did like a mini auction thing, and I sent it off the drawings, and people were buying them. They were paying like, I think I made about £100 from my drawings, which were like terrible.
Wow.
God,
yeah,
God, that's amazing.
I know. I did Jaws as one of the pictures, and then I realised that I give him the most smallest mouth ever. So it wasn't very Jaws, but they would get like, it's like one of them things that would make them laugh, you know, even if they had it on the wall, just cheer them up kind of thing.
Yeah.
But still.
Oh, I sat and cried at you when you got that the laptop. Oh, honestly, because you couldn't speak and you just kept crying. I was like, I had one of them ugly crying faces.
Did you watch it on their channel as well, Nick and Andrea's?
Actually, I think because we follow them, don't we?
Nick and Andrea. I think you, because Nick and Andrea are lovely.
Oh, Nick and Andrea, yeah, we do, yeah.
Yeah. Nick's very much into Depeche Mode and Pet Shop Boys, and
there was one thing he had. I was so jealous. I can't remember what the heck it was. I thought, wow.
Yeah, they've got some good stuff, haven't they? You watch a couple of their like videos and that when they go to like car boot sales and stuff like that.
They're so lovely. I taught them quite a bit, but like obviously they're part of like all of the ones that I got to know. And then, you know, Ian, who I speak to a lot, who was the one who came on, and I didn't have a clue. I thought I was just going on to promote this quiz. And when he asked me to go on that channel, I was like, on that channel? Well, that's not your quiz channel. Why am I going on that channel type of thing? So I was like absolutely petrified. Then I thought, you know, just do it, you're brave, because they've got like over 50,000 subscribers. So I was like, you're brave, just do it, you know what I mean? Like, and I thought, well, it makes sense to put it on this channel, get more people involved. So I goes on, starts talking about the quiz, that it was going to be couples and all this, and you know, didn't have a clue. And then I went to go off, and he was like, "Oh, someone's started." I was like, "What?" And it's the panic, the rise of panic that started. I was like, "What's happening? What's happening?" It's like
benefits investigator,
terrified. And they've done all this in private, like, so, because normally if they try and raise funds for something, they do it like, you know, so everyone can see, share it that way. But because it was for me and I would see it, and they would try and do it as a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, it was a surprise for your face.
I was absolutely dumbfounded. And I still, even now when I talk about it, I just shake me out. I still can't get my head around it. And as I said to them, the money was one thing, but the fact that everyone did it for me was like just mind blowing. Like, you know what I mean?
And people are lovely though. It just shows you like how. Like, I mean, they're not people that you've probably met. I don't know if you've met them, but
no, I haven't met any of them. So you know what I mean.
It's just like,
I mean, there's an intention to meet up with everyone, but obviously, you know, COVID happened, so things haven't gone that way yet. You know, because they do have, Nick and Andrea has meetups usually every year. You know what I mean? They have like one, but obviously that even that hasn't happened. And so and it's just it was just madness, and I'll something I'll never forget, I suppose. There's been many things, you know. They did because obviously everyone was locked in, so they did like a festival, so like loads of people, loads of channels got involved and did different things over one weekend, you know, and that was just amazing. From quizzes to like you know, alternative music raves for an hour, and it was amazing. It was just fantastic, and that raised a lot of money for the NHS. Like, that's what they raised it for. So And I've decided to do something every year. I'm going to do something. So my next one will be mental health is what I'm going to do for. So yeah,
it's brilliant.
It's just everything. It's just amazing how things change and how many, even in such a sad year, there's been so many amazing positives. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there has.
Yeah, you've got to look at it like that as well, haven't you?
Yeah, it's the only way to keep going forward. You know, it's the only way. And that's the other thing is I always think my mum and dad would want that. You know what I mean? They wouldn't want anything else. So and I know that, and that's what keeps pushing us as well to keep going forward. So
yeah.
It sounds like you've got a lot of people around you as well. Like, I mean, obviously your family and stuff, but like, you know, you people off YouTube and all that, and that. It's like
internet family.
It is. And like you just send you like a message or something, you know.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like in so many ways, even with all of the COVID thing, so many amazing positives that have happened and that will happen. People that you'll have met because of it, really. That you would never have met if it never happened. And it's like, how can you then wish it never happened? That's the way I look at things. If you do that, you take away so many things that were amazing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's it's him having something. It's definitely been a different and hard year, like last year, and obviously people were hoping things were going to change this year, and it hasn't as yet. But it's going to get better. That's just the only way that you can look at it, and that it has to really. So it's just sad. It's really sad.
It is. It's very sad that everything that's gone with it, but you do have to look at the positives and move forward in that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you've got to, because there's no other option. You know what I mean?
No.
And all the other options are not a thing that you know what I mean. Never get to that point.
No.
It's horrendous. But
I'm just gonna.
What?
We potatoes 2 seconds.
So the last time we actually talked, I think you were still with the taking the laundry about. I've forgotten the
2 jobs since then.
I know.
Yeah, well, I done.
You changed to another job.
Moved from there, went to security.
Yeah.
Done that for a year. Left that mainly because of the management that was brought in, the new management, and
difficult.
Yeah, well, let's say difficult. Yeah, had a few run-ins with them. Then moved into social care. Something I've never ever done before. I thought, give it a go. You know. So
is it adult social care you're doing?
Yeah. It's, I'm 52 now, you know, and I'll try something different. Take the chance. It's rewarding.
Yeah.
It's mentally draining.
Yeah, at the moment.
But yeah, it's good. You know, so much studying I've got to do though. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's not just doing the job, is it? You've got coursework and stuff like that to do, and
qualifications,
MCQ type stuff.
Apprenticeships. Gosh, I don't know what levels the other one are, but they're like different courses and certificates you've got to pass. You know, things that are required to be a care worker.
I know the carers have to keep doing updates and NVQs and things like that. They always talk about, you know what I mean, having to do that. And
nearly every job I've done is the health and safety and everything. I've done the health and safety so many times over the years. It's unreal. I can even do with my eyes shut now. It's like, there's all sorts, moving, handling, food, medicines, all sorts of things, you know. It's,
and then probably like specifics, maybe like dementia and other things like that, different like possible learning difficulties.
Yeah, well, I don't have to deal with anybody like that, thankfully.
Not at the minute.
Not at the minute.
Yeah.
But it's just no doubt we'll get trained in that if I have to.
Yeah.
You know, but like got to learn mental health and stuff like online safety and protection and all sorts of things like that, you know.
Yeah.
There's so much that you don't think about. If you don't do the job, you think of just going caring for somebody, you know. There's so much you need to know about.
You do enjoy it, but you sort of mentally and like sort of drained when you come back off your days off and stuff, because you just like how many hour shift? Like when
36-hour shift.
Yeah, like you can do like a 36-hour, he sleeps over and that, and then back like the next night. But he looks after two lovely guys.
Yeah.
And that's what you do enjoy it at the same time, don't you?
I do. It's hard work, but I do enjoy it. Yeah. Obviously, there's days like every other job where you come home.
Yeah, when you just want to stay in bed and whatever. I think that's just normal, though, isn't it?
Somebody on the phone, can you cover this shift? No, I can't.
Yeah.
He needed a break. He's off for a couple of days now, though. He's going to watch a Super Bowl tonight.
No, it's never been an interest of mine. I can't say.
Oh, love American football.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
I'm going to try and stay up and watch a bit of it. I don't know if I'll last like
it.
I don't understand the rules. I don't even understand.
I just see that there's lots of lines, and I'm like, well, if you get to that line, does that mean something else? And I was like,
it's got so many weird rules in it. Like I don't even know a tiny bit of it, fraction of it.
No.
Yeah. Mistakes. That's about it. But there's so many weird things. The ref will stop for some foul. What did he do wrong? I didn't say anything wrong there. Like, it might be because they stepped forward like half an inch or something like that when they weren't supposed to.
And I'm normally falling asleep when he starts watching it because it's on late.
Yeah.
All I hear is, "Ooh, I bet that hurt." Ooh.
I think there'll have been like loads and loads of box sets watched over this time, haven't you? Can you imagine how many?
God,
have been watched.
Right.
Well, we'd be binge watching like different series and stuff. But there's loads of series we watched which stopped because of COVID.
So they haven't been like the new ones haven't come out. So we're like checking to see if there's a one, but there's a few that because they're American.
Yeah,
they haven't like come out yet. And that
the last thing I binge watched was It's a Sin.
Somebody mentioned that today.
What?
It's really good.
It's a Sin.
Is it good?
It is really good. And
is this one of your dodgy movies that you watch? One of those?
It's actually about Russell T Davies, the writer he wrote for Doctor Who.
All right.
Well, anyway, he wrote it basically, and it's about in the 80s. So when the AIDS pandemic hit, and it's about a group of
Stephen Fry's in it.
He is.
Yeah. Does look good.
Yeah, it is really good. There's obviously a lot of gay material in it, so we see it. And I'll not give anything away, but in the beginning,
you're blushing.
In the beginning, I pressed play on it because everyone had been saying to watch it. So I pressed play on it, and it shows him sitting at the table with his parents and whatever, and he's going to university. So his mum's saying, "Oh, while you're gone, I'll clean up your room, I'll clean your cupboard and all this, that, and the other." So he's getting flashes to things in his room, and in his room is some gay porn material, right? So it's flashing up on the screen, right? Like this what he's seeing, And David, my son, came out of his room, so I always paused it, not really realizing that was going to happen. I paused it to like talk to him because obviously I didn't want to miss whatever they were seeing. Paused it, and as I paused it, he comes in the room and he went, "Oh, so you're just looking at penises now?" I'm like, "Oh my God!" And I turned around and there's this guy in the magazine and everything, you can see everything, and I'm like, "Oh." And I was just, and he was going, "No, Mum, you if you want to do that, you do that. I'll go with you." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
I bet the more you were trying to explain to him.
Yeah, it was. He was no, man. If that's what you want to look at.
We've had similar things. I think it was Banshee. Have you ever seen Banshee?
Wait, is that like the Chinese?
No, it's set in like America. It's like it's this guy comes in, he's a criminal. He pretends to be a copper, but there's lots of like raunchy bits in it. And it just happened to be on. Georgia walks into the room and it's just like
paused it.
Boobs and everything on the screen, just like, what are you watching?
Yeah, obviously weird, isn't it? And you're like, awkward. But yeah.
It's like that when a movie's sitting and you're sitting with your mum and dad watching it and you just think, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely say to watch it, by the way. It was brilliant.
I think I do want to see that if the trailer.
It's very sad as well, though, because obviously it's very truthful as to what happened. And so obviously prepare with tissue.
Another one.
Washing machine goes on spin.
I know, sorry. It's
right.
the washing machine's always on.
I watched Bridgerton as well. Have you watched that?
Well, I haven't watched it yet, but my mum keeps saying you need to watch it. People at work say you have to watch it. And I'm not really into like period dramas, but I'm watching The Crown and like I'm really enjoying that. So I think, and she was like, my boss was explaining to us the other day what it was all about, and she said, but there's like more to it, and she says it is really good. And that, so
it is obviously a period drama, but there's a twist on it, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. So again, definitely want to watch.
So which one's that?
Bridgerton.
Oh.
Yeah. We like medical dramas, so
like Grey's.
We watch Grey's, The Night Shift, The Good Doctor. That's really good, that one.
I watched that up until a point, and I don't know why I just lost interest. Because he's autistic, isn't he? And he's obviously can see it in his brain and sort of thingy. And it was really good, and I thought it was brilliant at first, but then I don't know if I thought it's just the same concept now, like you know what I mean, like for me.
Yeah.
But my daughter watched is it The Serpent? I think it's on BBC iPlayer. She keeps telling me to watch that. Set in the 70s. It's like murder type thing, some sort of murder type thing. And I wasn't sure if it would be my thing, so I'm going to give it a try, because people always talk about Peaky Blinders, but I watched one episode and I couldn't get into it.
Do you know what? I struggled at first, to get into it. It's like
Gangs of London. That was another one.
It took us a couple to watch, and then after that I loved it, because I just didn't get the whole idea of what it was about and that. But then once I got to know the characters and stuff, it's really good.
I think if I try it again, it would probably be better. And I think sometimes you're just not in that frame of mind, for that type of thing. So it could just be that.
Yeah.
But I will give it another go, because everyone talks about it. So
yeah. We watched a film the other night, didn't we? Free the Nibble.
Aye. But we watched it as well because the girl that we watch out of another spot, she was in it, and we like her, so we watched it. It wasn't my type of film, in that it was like the story line was good.
Yeah.
In that, it was all about sort of women's rights and sort of thing in a way.
Yeah, there was like in New York, because they complain that men can go about with the tops on, nothing's done. But if a woman done that, tops off, if a woman done that, she'd get arrested and things like that. And they were trying to fight for equality and things like that. And it was quite good. Yeah.
And we don't really watch a lot of films. We just watch like series all the time.
Yeah.
We'll sort of binge watch when he's on his days off. We try and get in at least 3 or 4 episodes every single day.
If I'm hooked on something, I struggle to switch off. I'm kind of sitting here at 4 o'clock in the morning going, but I need to watch what happens. It's madness, because you always think, well, I'll just watch this last one, but then you get the end of it, and it leaves you in a dilemma where you need to know what's going to happen next. So
we did that, didn't we, with something that we were watching. what's the one that was, is it The Night Shift?
Yeah.
That's like a medical drama thing.
Yeah.
And, it was like I always go to bed like 11 o'clock, and it was quarter to 11 it finished. And he went, and it was one of them where you've got to see what happens on the next one. So I said, no, put another one on, I'll just be tired in the morning. I'm just going to check these pictures.
I'm going to have to get going anyway, because these Zoom things are only for 40 minutes, and it's been going 40 minutes now, so...
All right.
So I have to get going. It's been lovely seeing you.
I know, it's been nice that you popped up.
No worries.
I'm trying to give you a bit more notice.
StreamYard, have a look into it, because it's I like it. It's easy to do. Yeah.
I want to have it so it's like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, well, StreamYard does that as well. Because I use that on mine, and it's really easy. So
is it free? Is it?
Yeah, you get 20 hours free.
Each
20 hours a month.
20 hours a month.
20 hours a month free. Yeah.
And how many people can you have on it?
6. If you wanted more, it's £20 a month if you wanted more. And you're allowed 10, and you can have unlimited hours. But you know what I mean. But for 6 people, and plus if you have too many people in the screen, then it's
everybody's talking over the top of each other.
Yeah. But it's good for games and stuff like that, because obviously if I'm doing quizzes or games or whatever, it's really good for that as well.
Yeah.
So,
excellent.
But it was lovely to talk to you.
And you. I know, and keep in touch.
I will.
He'll have to come on again when he does another one.
I'll try and give a bit more notice this time.
Definitely. And when all of this is over and we're able to meet up, you'll have to come through and come down the beach to meet you this summer.
Aye.
You're not that far away from me, lady.
Half an hour away.
Okie dokie. See you later.
Look after yourself.
Bye. You too. Bye.
Bye.